Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing so well. So for today's video, it is going to be all about brows. So I'm going to show you guys how I do my brows. So from grooming them to filling them in, shaping them, all that kind of stuff. I know I've done this before quite a while ago, but this is just an updated video. I have changed a couple of things that I do. So yeah, my eyebrows have grown out a fair bit. They're getting quite bushy, so I am definitely due for this. Also, I just want to make a quick note, don't judge me for looking like a bum with no makeup on. I never ever wear makeup when I do my brows. Firstly, because I don't need to. What would be the point of that? Secondly, I find that because I do thread the top of my brow, I find that when I do that with makeup on, I do start to break out a little bit around my brows and a little bit inside my brow. Also, you know, here on my channel, I like to keep it real. I like to keep it natural. I don't want to go full glam just to pretend like I'm always glam, because this is me every day. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know that. But yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you totally should. But then again, of course, if you wanted to, you already would. But you know, it's always here on the screen. If you ever change your mind, you know where to find me. But yeah, so I'm going to jump right into it. I'm really excited for this because my brows are just doing my absolute head in. Yeah, I've been saying the word a lot lately, and it is absolutely disgusting because I know I have a much wider / better vocabulary than that. Oh, I was just about to say it again. We need to think of a different word. Or I'll just pause instead of saying it. Okay, I'm rambling now, so I need to stop. But if you guys want to see how I groom and fill in my brows, please stick around and enjoy this video.
God's plan, God's plan. I hold back sometimes I won't, yeah. I feel good sometimes I don't, like, no. I finesse down Western Road.
Okay, so now I'm gonna start. So what I generally do is I like to brush my brows up with a spoolie. I'm just using the spoolie on the end of the brow pencil that I use. This thing is my life these days. I don't really use anything else for my brows. 2 products literally. The Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. These are literally the only products I use on my brows because I literally don't need anything else. They're perfect. So one end is a really thin pencil, which is perfect for getting in those really fine hair-like strokes. And then the other end is a spoolie, which is perfect for brushing up your brows and also blending in the product into your brows. So this is a great brow recommendation if you're looking for a new product. So the first thing I like to do when grooming my brows is I thread first thing. So I literally take some sewing thread, nothing special, just your basic thread, doesn't matter what color. So you want to take a long piece of that thread and tie the ends together. You then want to grab it between your hands and roll your hand around so it creates these loop type, I don't know what to call this. I'm not a professional brow person, so I don't know the correct terminology, but it kind of creates these would you say knots in the middle of the string? So on each side of your hand, you can kind of pull them to pull out the hairs. Yeah, so I'm gonna take that side and I'm going to put it on top of my brows, and I'm going to, I don't even know if this is in focus. I can't see. All right, so I'm gonna put that there and I'm going to pull this end. This is so painful when you do it slowly. Ow. And that literally pulls out your hair from the roots. So you just wanna start and slowly pull. I mean, when you're doing this on yourself, you want to do this fast because the slower you go, the more painful it is on your brow. And this is perfect because it really cleans up all those baby hairs that you may miss with your tweezers. And you will be left with some redness, but it's okay because it does disappear after a little bit. So you don't want to keep just pulling and tugging at the hairs. You want to stop every once in a while and evaluate your brows, because I feel like if you just keep going, you don't really know what you're doing, and then yeah, it could lead to you ruining your brows. So I'll stop, brush my brow hairs up with the spoolie, and I like to grab a pair of little scissors. I think these are just manicure scissors. You can really use any small itty bitty scissors, and I like to cut my brow hairs. And I I do this because when I brush my brow hairs up, it makes my brows look thicker. They make my brows really thin when they're long and down. And a lot of you guys have commented on that before. So when I brush them up and cut them, it does add thickness to my brows. Okay, so I think my camera just cut out. I'm not 100% sure if it did, but in case it did, I obviously can't refilm it because it'll take me a little bit to grow my brows. So what I did was I was talking about the tweezers that I use. So I love using the Benefit tweezers because they've got this awesome brush on the end. And the end of the tweezers, they grip the hair really well. Sometimes I find with different types of tweezers that when you grip the hair, it slides out of the tweezers, but that doesn't happen with these. So I really love using these. And basically I just tweeze slightly, like little hairs at the bottom. I find that my brows, you can probably see it on this eye, but they grow quite low, so they give me a little bit more of an angry look. I love to keep my brows with the spiky little hairs at the end. I don't know, I kind of just like that bushiness. Even though people tell me I should tweeze it, I quite like it, so I like to leave it. I haven't started tweezing here, I literally just did here. With the shape, I just like to follow the natural shape of my eye. I just feel like it suits me, or natural shape of my brow. I don't like it to be too arched or too straight. My brows kind of go in between, so it's like a really soft arch, which I really like, so I just like to follow that. I went through a phase where I used to arch them really high and it was just terrible. So I don't know if you can see, but I've just got all these little hairs here and I'm literally just gonna tweeze them out. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. This literally has taken me about 5 to 10 minutes for this brow, which to be honest isn't a long time. I feel like it could have taken a lot longer, but I'm pretty happy with that. As you saw, I literally just follow my natural shape. I don't really like try to arch it. I just literally clean up little hairs that I feel maybe out of place. You can see that my brows are quite full at the front and they don't really need that much filling in. They're just a little bit gappy right here and right here, especially up here. This is like the main area that I fill in because it literally doesn't grow. That is the one area I wish did, because it does make my brow look quite gappy. So I'll take my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil and I just start filling in that end with really light feathered strokes, kind of trying to mimic that of the natural hairs. I'll also just blend it through the brow just to make it look a little bit better. And then taking the brush and brushing the brow hairs up to blend it in. I'll just take a concealer brush with a tiny bit of tinted moisturizer to clean it up, because I feel like my finger literally just smudges it. And I'm going to fill in that little gap at the very front, very lightly. We don't want too much product here because I don't want them to look too dark. And then to set my brow hairs in place, I'm taking the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This stuff locks in my hairs. Like, it's like hairspray for your brows. My brows don't move, which I love, love, love. So that is pretty much it. That is how I do my brows. There's not much to it, really simple. I'm pretty lucky though, I do have naturally thick eyebrows. But can you guys actually notice that on this brow that I'm yet to do, when my brow hairs are longer, they do look a lot thinner, as opposed to when like I trim them and brush the brow hairs up. I don't have much product in my brows at all. You guys saw I literally filled in just the top here and a little bit down here and blended the product in with a spoolie. I then just used a little bit of the brow pencil just to blend in the top, because I do find that when I just do it there, it's quite obvious. So I like to blend that in a little bit, but literally that is all there is to it. I'm gonna leave you guys here with a little bit of a before and after. I'm going to jump off camera and I'm going to do my other eyebrow and come back to you guys. Okay, so I am back. I know I'm contradicting myself about the whole natural kind of being barefaced, because I'm always barefaced conversation we had just before, but I slapped on this really quick 3-minute beat for a reason. I just want to show you guys that or kind of tell you guys that if you're planning on threading or doing your brows for an occasion or right before a big event or anything, make sure you do it a couple of days before your event, because I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but makeup doesn't stick when your skin is kind of raw. So when you've removed all that hair, whether you're waxing or threading, makeup doesn't stick. Like, I have no makeup in between my eyebrows because it won't stick. Even around here, makeup won't stick, and it probably won't stick until maybe tomorrow at the earliest. Sometimes makeup doesn't stick for like 2 days. So that is something that I want to quickly share with you guys. Okay, so that is pretty much it. This is how I do my brows, how I groom them, how I fill them in. There really isn't much to it and it's super easy. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something new today and took something away from this video. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, if you haven't clicked the little notification bell button, which is right next to the subscribe button, please do, so you can be notified when I do upload. And yeah, that is pretty much it from me today. I love you guys so much and I will see you in my next video. Bye.